Good morning, friends. Welcome to my BioHistory channel. Myself, Dr. Abasaheb Nalode, retired professor of botany. In the previous videos, we have started with the enzymes. We have seen first part of the enzyme, that is introductory part, definition of enzymes, chemical nature of enzymes, etc. In this second part of the enzymes, we are going to proceed towards the mechanism of enzyme action. The basic mechanism by which enzyme catalyzes the chemical reaction begins with the binding of substrate with the enzyme molecule. So, substrate and enzyme molecules, these are combined together. There is formation of enzyme substrate complex. This is the basic mechanism. In the basic mechanism, the substrate molecule reacts with the enzyme molecule, and there is formation of enzyme substrate complex. Here you can see that this substrate molecule, you can see this is substrate molecule, this is the enzyme molecule. Substrate molecule binds on the active site of the enzyme. This is the active site of the enzyme. At this place, the substrate molecule binds and there is formation of enzyme substrate complex. This is the basic mechanism. Active site is the specific region of the enzymes. This is the active site. This is the specific region of the enzyme where the substrate molecule combines. Active site, it is the specific region of the enzyme molecule where the substrate molecule combines. The binding substrate to the enzyme, then what happens? When this substrate molecule binds to the enzyme molecule, it is observed that this causes changes in the distribution of the substrate, changes in the distribution of electrons in the chemical bonds of the substrate. Here, when the substrate molecule binds to the active site of the enzyme, the binding substrate to the enzyme molecule, this causes changes in the distribution of electrons. Here, there are changes in the distribution of electrons in the chemical bonds. This leads to the formation of a product. Means substrate is converted into the product. Why it is converted into the product? When the substrate binds the enzyme molecule, there are changes in the electron distribution in the chemical bonds of the substrate, and this substrate is converted into the product. It causes the reaction that leads to the formation of the product. The mechanism of enzyme action, basic mechanism by which the enzyme catalyzes the chemical reaction begins with the binding of substrate on the active site of the enzyme. Active site of the enzyme, it is the site or it is the specific region of the enzyme where the substrate molecule combines. After when the substrate molecule combines with the enzyme molecule, there is formation of enzyme substrate complex. Here, there are changes in the distribution of electrons in the chemical bonds in this substrate, and this leads to the formation of a product. There are two models to explain the mechanism of or the mechanism of forming enzyme substrate complex. Two theories have been proposed for the mechanism of forming the enzyme substrate complex. Lock and key model, this is the first model, and second is the induced fit model. Then we shall see what are these models. Lock and key model, this is the first model which have been used to explain the mechanism of enzyme action. This theory, lock and key hypothesis, was proposed by Emil Fischer in the 1894. The specific action of an enzyme with the single substrate. This theory explains the enzymatic reaction with the single substrate. Specific action of the enzyme with the single substrate, this can be explained by lock and key hypothesis. Lock and key hypothesis was proposed by Emil Fischer in the 1894. This explains the mechanism of enzyme action with the single substrate. In this theory, lock is considered, you can see that in this theory, lock is considered, this enzyme is considered as a lock. This substrate is considered as a key. A specific lock can be opened by a specific key. This is the enzyme or enzyme it is considered as a lock, substrate is considered as a key. Here you can see that the substrate fits into the key. In this analogy, lock is the enzyme and key is the substrate. Only correctly sized key or the substrate fits into the keyhole. These are the active sites. This correctly sized substrate, this can fit into the keyholes, that is active sites of the enzymes. म्हणजे ज्याप्रमाणे ठराविक कुलूप ठराविक चावीनच उघडलं जातं, त्याचप्रमाणे या ठिकाणी मेकॅनिझम आहे. एन्झाईम हे लॉक असं कन्सिडर केलेलं आहे, सबस्ट्रेट हे की असं कन्सिडर किंवा चावी असं कन्सिडर केलेलं आहे. तर ठराविक चावी ठराविक कुलूपामध्येच बसते. हिअर in this mechanism a particular substrate fits into the active sites of the particular key. आता या ठिकाणी सुक्रोज मॉलिक्यूल आहे, हे दोन ऍक्टिव्ह साइट्स आहेत एन्झाईमचे. दिस सुक्रोज मॉलिक्यूल फिट्स, देयर इज फॉर्मेशन ऑफ एन्झाईम सबस्ट्रेट कॉम्प्लेक्स. त्यानंतर दिस सुक्रोज ऑर द सबस्ट्रेट इट इज कन्वर्टेड इनटू द प्रोडक्ट्स. त्याच्यानंतर ग्लुकोज आणि फ्रुक्टोज हे दोन प्रोडक्ट्स तयार होतात. मीन्स ए पर्टिक्युलर की fits into the particular lock. Enzyme is usualized as a lock, substrate is usualized as a key. Only correctly sized substrate can fit into the active sites or keyhole of the lock, that is enzyme. This is the lock and key model. The second model, which explains the mechanism of enzyme action, this is called as induced fit model or flexible model. This model was proposed by Koshland in the year 1959. This is a recent model and this is the most accepted model. This states that approach of the substrate induces conformational changes in the enzyme. Here you can see that this is the substrate, this is the enzyme. When this substrate fits into the enzyme, there are conformational changes. म्हणजे एन्झाईमच्या स्ट्रक्चरमध्ये बदल होतो. जसं हे सबस्ट्रेट या एन्झाईमच्या ऍक्टिव्ह साईटकडे येईल तर ऍक्टिव्ह साईटचा आकार बदलला जातो, म्हणजे फ्लेक्झिबल आहे. ऍक्टिव्ह साईटचा आकार हा फ्लेक्झिबल आहे. दिस स्टेट्स दॅट अप्रोच ऑफ द सबस्ट्रेट इंड्युसेस कन्फर्मेशनल चेंजेस इन द एन्झाईम. एन्झाईम मॉलिक्यूलमध्ये बदल होतो. दिस मॉडेल शोज एन्झाईम्स आर फ्लेक्झिबल स्ट्रक्चर्स. म्हणजे जसं हे या ठिकाणी फिट होईल त्याप्रमाणे एन्झाईमचा आकार बदलला जातो. एन्झाईमचा आकार हा फ्लेक्झिबल आहे. दिस मॉडेल शोज दॅट एन्झाईम्स आर फ्लेक्झिबल स्ट्रक्चर्स इन विच ऍक्टिव्ह साइट्स कंटिन्युअसली रिशेप्स. म्हणजे ह्याचं जे ऍक्टिव्ह साईट आहे या ठिकाणचं, तर त्याचा शेप हा बदलत राहतो. ज्याप्रमाणे हे सबस्ट्रेट असेल त्याप्रमाणे ऍक्टिव्ह साईटचा आकार हा बदलत राहतो. इट इज मोर ॲक्सेप्टेड मॉडेल टू अंडरस्टँड द मोड ऑफ एन्झाईम ॲक्शन. Induced fit model, this is called as a flexible model. Flexible model का, तर हा जो शेप आहे ऍक्टिव्ह साईटचा शेप आहे तो बदलत राहतो. दिस वॉज प्रपोज्ड बाय द कोशलँड इन द इयर 1959. दिस स्टेट्स दॅट अप्रोच ऑफ द सबस्ट्रेट, जसं सबस्ट्रेट एन्झाईमकडे येईल त्यावेळेला एन्झाईमच्या स्ट्रक्चरमध्ये बदल होतो. दिस मॉडेल सेज दॅट एन्झाईम्स आर फ्लेक्झिबल स्ट्रक्चर्स इन विच ऍक्टिव्ह साइट्स, ज्या ठिकाणी एन्झाईम फिट होतं ते ठिकाण ऍक्टिव्ह साइट्स कंटिन्युअसली रिशेप्स, त्याचा आकार हा बदलत राहतो बाय इंटरॅक्शन विथ द सबस्ट्रेट अंटिल द टाइम सबस्ट्रेट इज कम्प्लिटली बाउंड. जोपर्यंत हे सबस्ट्रेट या एन्झाईमच्या ऍक्टिव्ह साईटवरती पूर्णपणे फिट होत नाही तोपर्यंत या ऍक्टिव्ह साईटचा आकार बदलत राहतो. देन दिस सबस्ट्रेट इज कन्वर्टेड इन टू द प्रोडक्ट. This is a more accepted model. हे मॉडेल जास्त एक्सेप्ट केलेलं आहे टू अंडरस्टँड द मेकॅनिझम ऑफ एन्झाईम ॲक्शन. द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज फॅक्टर्स अफेक्टिंग एन्झाईम ॲक्टिव्हिटी. विच आर द फॅक्टर्स रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर दिस एन्झाईम ॲक्टिव्हिटी? द फर्स्ट फॅक्टर इज कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन ऑफ द सबस्ट्रेट. If concentration of the substrate is added, if the is more, if the added concentration is less, what happens that we shall see. Increase in the substrate concentration gradually increases the velocity of enzymatic reaction. You can see that this is the substrate concentration. This is the velocity of the reaction. On the x-axis, there is a substrate concentration. On the y-axis, there is a velocity of the reaction. when substrate concentration is plotted against the velocity, a rectangular hyperbola is obtained when the velocity is plotted against the substrate concentration. Three distinct phases A, B, C of the reaction are observed. This is a region, this is the B region, and this is the C region. So here, there are three phases, A phase, B phase, and C phase. Such a phases are obtained. Then, phi is the measured velocity. This is the velocity. Phi max, it is the maximum velocity. You can see that. This is the topmost part. This is the phi max, means this is the maximum velocity. Then S is the substrate concentration. This is the substrate concentration. Km is the Michaelis-Menten constant. This point. This Km is the Michaelis-Menten constant. You can see here we are dealing with the factors affecting enzyme activity. The first factor is concentration of the substrate. When the concentration of the substrate is increased, the rate of reaction increases. As this concentration increases, rate of reaction increases. If suppose the concentration of the substrate it is plotted against the velocity, a rectangular hyperbola is obtained. Three distinct phases, A phase, B phase, and C phase of the reaction, these are observed. In this case, phi is the measured velocity, phi max, this is the maximum velocity. S is the substrate concentration. This value Km, it is the Michaelis-Menten constant. Then we shall see in detail what are these. Km or the Michaelis-Menten constant, it is defined as the substrate concentration at this point expressed as moles per liter to produce half of the maximum velocity in enzyme catalyzed reaction. This is the maximum velocity. 1 of phi max, this is the half of the maximum velocity. This is the half of the maximum velocity. Then you can see that this is the substrate concentration. Substrate concentration, which is expressed as moles per liter, to produce the half of the maximum velocity. म्हणजे या मॅक्झिमम व्हेलॉसिटीच्या निम्मी हाफ मॅक्झिमम व्हेलॉसिटी येण्यासाठी या सबस्ट्रेटचं किती कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन आवश्यक आहे. दिस इज कॉल्ड एज Km value or Michaelis-Menten constant. So Km or the Michaelis-Menten constant, it is defined as the substrate concentration. This substrate concentration expressed as moles per liter to produce half of the maximum velocity. निम्मी मॅक्झिमम व्हेलॉसिटी तयार करण्यासाठी येण्यासाठी या सबस्ट्रेट कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन किती आवश्यक आहे. दिस इज कॉल्ड एज Km or Michaelis-Menten constant. It indicates half the enzyme molecules are bound with the substrate concentration. At this phase, half the enzyme molecules, 50% enzyme molecules, these are bound with the substrate. Km value is constant and characteristic for a given enzyme. For a given enzyme, the Km value is constant. This varies from enzyme to enzyme. At low Km value indicates a strong affinity between enzyme and the substrate molecules. Here, if suppose this is the low Km value, this is the high Km value. When there is a low Km value, there is a high affinity between the substrate and enzyme. When there is a high Km value, there is a weak affinity between the enzyme and the substrate. For majority of the enzymes, Km values are in the range of 10 to the power minus 9 to 10 to the power minus 2. In this case, you see once again. Here, Km value indicates the half of the enzyme molecules. These are bound with the substrate molecule. Km value is constant for a particular enzyme. This is a characteristic feature of a given enzyme. It is a representative for measuring the strength of enzyme substrate complex. At low Km value indicates the strong affinity between the enzyme and substrate. High Km value indicates the weak affinity between the enzyme and substrate molecules. For majority of the enzymes Km values ranges between 10 to the power minus 5 and 10 to the power minus 2 moles. The next factor which affects the enzyme activity, enzyme concentration. The rate of reaction is directly proportional to the square root of enzyme concentration. आता या ठिकाणी you can see हे enzyme concentration याच्या डबल केले, enzyme concentration हे डबल केलं, the rate of reaction is increased. या ठिकाणी x आहे, 1x enzyme म्हणजे 1 पट, 2x म्हणजे 2 पट. जर समजा एन्झाईम कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन जर वाढवलं तर रेट ऑफ रिॲक्शन वाढला जातो. द रेट ऑफ रिॲक्शन इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू द स्क्वेअर रूट ऑफ एन्झाईम कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन. इट मीन्स दॅट द रेट ऑफ रिॲक्शन ऑल्सो increases with increasing enzyme concentration. The rate of reaction can be decreased by decreasing the enzyme concentration. Enzyme concentration decrease केलं, rate of reaction कमी येतो. Enzyme concentration वाढवलं, the rate of reaction वाढला जातो. In this way, enzyme concentration is a very, very important factor. The rate of reaction is directly proportional to the square root of enzyme concentration. It means that the rate of reaction also increases with increasing concentration of the enzyme. The rate of reaction can be decreased by decreasing the concentration of enzyme. Then temperature. Another factor which affects the enzyme activity, this is the temperature. Enzymatic reactions best occur around 37 degrees centigrade. Around 37 degrees centigrade. The rate of chemical reaction increases. You can see here there is a 10 degrees centigrade temperature. If the temperature is increased, rate of reaction is increased. We are getting the highest rate of reaction at optimum temperature. This is the optimum temperature. At optimum temperature, there is a highest rate of reaction, there is a highest velocity of reaction. In the rate of chemical reaction increases by rising the temperature only over the limited range of temperature. Enzyme rapidly denatures above 40 degrees centigrade. जर आणखी टेम्परेचर वाढलं तर एन्झाईम डिनेचर होतं and enzyme activity goes down. Enzyme activity decreases. Enzyme, you can see here, enzyme activity is low at low temperature. As the temperature is increased, enzyme activity is increased. Highest enzyme activity is obtained at optimum temperature. Again, if temperature is increased beyond 40 degrees centigrade, the enzyme denatures and the rate of reaction goes down. The temperature at which enzymes show highest activity, this is called as optimum temperature. Different enzymes are having different optimum temperatures. Some enzymes are more active in acidic range, at a low temperature. There are some enzymes which are active at higher temperature. In this way, temperature is an important factor which affects the enzyme activity. The next factor is pH. At low pH, enzyme activity is low. This is acidic range, is the basic range. At low pH, enzyme activity is low. Activity increases with increase in the pH value. Maximum activity is obtained at this pH. This is called as optimum pH. Again, if pH is increased, enzyme activity goes down. Enzyme activity is low at low pH. When the pH is increased, enzyme activity increases. Maximum enzyme activity is obtained at optimum pH. Again, if pH is increased, enzyme activity goes down. Here you can see that every enzyme has different optimum pH value. Some enzymes function well in the acidic range, some enzymes function well in basic range. Above optimum pH, enzyme activity decreases and enzyme cannot function beyond this case. You see once again, at low pH, enzyme activity is low. When the pH is increased, enzyme activity increases. Maximum or the highest enzyme activity is obtained at optimum pH. Again, if pH is increased, enzyme activity goes down. A particular enzyme has a particular optimum pH. Then there are other substances which affect the enzyme activity. Enzyme action is increased or decreased because of presence of some other substances. These are coenzymes, activators and inhibitors. Some enzymes require cofactors to become active. Yesterday we have seen cofactors. Cofactors are required for enzyme activity. Cofactor is a non-protein part. Cofactor, it is a non-protein part which is required for the enzyme activity. There are two types of cofactors. Organic cofactors, these are called coenzymes. Metallic ions, these are called activators. There are two types of cofactors which are essential for the enzyme activity. Organic compounds, these are called coenzymes. Metallic ions, these are called activators. Organic compounds other than proteins forms the prosthetic group. Suppose this is an enzyme. This part, this is a non-protein part. This is called as prosthetic group. This is a prosthetic group. This is a non-protein part. This is a protein part of the enzyme. When both are present together, then enzyme can function. If prosthetic group is removed from the enzyme, this enzyme cannot function. Organic compounds other than the protein forms the prosthetic group. This prosthetic group is attached to the protein part of the enzyme. This is the apoenzyme. This protein part is called as apoenzyme. This is the prosthetic group. And together this is called as a holoenzyme. Metallic ions act as activators. There are some metallic ions, for example, copper, iron, manganese, etc. These act as activators of the enzymes. So other substances, enzyme action is increased or decreased in presence of other substances, that is coenzymes, activators and inhibitors. Some enzymes require cofactors to become active. Cofactor is a non-protein part of the enzyme. There are two types of cofactors. Organic compounds, these are called coenzymes. Metallic ions, these are called activators. Organic compounds other than the protein forms the prosthetic group. Prosthetic group, this protein part is called as apoenzyme. This total of both, this is called as holoenzyme. When holoenzyme is present, then enzyme can function. If prosthetic group is removed from this holoenzyme, enzyme cannot function or enzyme loses its catalytic activity. Metallic ions, for example, copper, iron, manganese, etc., these act as activators of some enzymes. There are some substances, inhibitors. These inhibitors, there are certain compounds, chemical compounds, which inhibit the enzyme activity. If inhibitors are present, enzyme activity is decreased or enzyme activity is inhibited. Friends, आपणास जर हा व्हिडिओ आवडला असेल तर कृपया लाईक करा, शेअर करा आणि सबस्क्राईब करा. धन्यवाद.